Welcome to Kansas Ag Report with your host, Brian Holman.
Welcome to Kansas Ag Report. I'm Brian Holman, and here's our lineup for today's show. In Ag News, we'll take a look at local and national headlines affecting Kansas farmers. In our Ag Feature, we sit down with Kansas Governor Sam Brownback to get a state-of-the-state update of the ag industry in Kansas. In the news you need to know, we get our weekly update from the Kansas Livestock Association, look back at last week's market activity with the guys from Paragon, and we'll let you know about important events coming up around the state of Kansas. Glad you could join us.
Closed captioning brought to you by
The Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. KansasSoybeans.org.
Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution, Ag Risk Solutions. Kansas Weed Commission. Leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for wheat. Online at kswheat.com. Kansas Livestock Association. Supporting our members' business interests to meet consumers' demands. KLA.org.
Here's our national headlines for this week in Ag News. ASA President Richard Wilkins announced that the American Soybean Association will be participating in the rulemaking process for the national GMO food labeling legislation. He says the key to success in the labeling bill includes the preemption of state-by-state rules, specific detection of GMO ingredients, and the exclusion of new plant breeding techniques. Several news organizations are reporting that the USDA has shut down offices in 5 states due to anonymous threats. The offices are located in Maryland, Colorado, Connecticut, North Carolina, and West Virginia. A spokesman with USDA did not go into the nature of the threats, but said the department is working with the FBI and local law enforcement to address the issue. Personnel at the offices have been made aware of the threats and will not report to work until further notice. The USDA forecasts that farmers will see more profits this year than previously predicted as costs decline for feed, fuel, and fertilizer. U.S. farm net income will be $71.5 billion in 2016. That's 30% more than the agency's February estimate, though still 11% smaller than 2015's net income. Profits have tumbled from their $123.8 billion peak in 2013 when agricultural commodity prices were higher due to rising global demand, a domestic drought that crippled supplies of corn and cattle, and a virus that devastated hog herds. Meanwhile, the U.S. farm-to-debt equity ratio will increase for a 4th straight year. And in local news, Sarah Sexton Bowser has been named Managing Director for the Center of Sorghum Improvement based at Kansas State University. She will start her new role September 12th. The center is focused on expanding markets for sorghum and increasing the average national sorghum yield from 61.95 bushels per acre to 100 bushels per acre by 2025. The center and its work is supported by a $2 million investment from the Kansas Grain Sorghum Commission and $2 million from the Sorghum Checkoff. Both made in annual payments of $200,000 for 10 years, as well as an $800,000 investment from K-State. Current crop conditions in Kansas rated corn as 68% good to excellent, soybeans rated 68% good to excellent, and sorghum rated at 74% good to excellent. Colorado, Kansas, and Nebraska established an agreement in the long-standing conflict over water from the Republican River Basin as the Republican River Compact administration signed 2 resolutions. The resolutions will provide flexibility and greater certainty to all water users in the region while remaining consistent with the terms of the Republican River Compact and the final settlement stipulation of 2002. Kansas Governor Sam Brownback was quoted as saying, "Signing these resolutions show the commitment from all 3 states to engage in open and transparent dialogue from the past 2 years." Up next in our Ag Feature, we sit down with Kansas Governor Sam Brownback to get a state-of-the-state update of the ag industry in Kansas. You're watching Kansas Ag Report. Please stay tuned.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Livestock Association, supporting our members' business interests to meet consumers' demands. KLA.org. Oldie Seed Farms, carrying soil-specific seed. Find them on the web at oldieseed.com. That's OHLDE seed.com. Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. Grassandgrain.com. Kansas Wheat Commission, leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for wheat. Online at kswheat.com.
Premier Farm and Home has what you need to make your lawn the best in the neighborhood.
Hi, I'm Ken. We choose Premier Farm and Home for the professional look that we do ourselves.
Feel free to stop in. You can also visit our website at heycow.com.
Biodiesel made from sustainable resources is diversifying our fuel supply. This year, biodiesel will displace over 1 billion gallons of fossil fuel nationwide. It's making our economy stronger and our communities healthier. It's working here and across America. Get biodiesel going in your community. Visit americasadvancedbiofuel.com.
You need a partner that you can count on to be there for your business. Providing a depth of understanding to risk management issues so you don't have to. A knowledgeable support team located in your area, delivering products and services to make you more successful.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
Thanks for staying with us. We're at actually the Governor's Conference, 2016 Ag Summit, the first of its kind, and we're joined by the great Governor of the state of Kansas, Sam Brownback. Governor, it's good to see you.
Hey, pleasure to join
It's
you.
It's always nice to catch up with you, and a lot of people can debate a lot of things with you on policy and some other stuff, but what they can't debate is your love and what you've done for this agriculture in the state of Kansas.
Well, thanks for saying that. I've been associated with the industry since I was born. My family farms. I was state president of Future Farmers. I love the business. And I love that Kansas is so central in the global agricultural business because it's just such an important thing to feed people and now increasingly to give them fuel and fiber, obviously. It's just a great business, and it's great to be a part of, and it's great to be in Kansas agriculture.
Well, not only that, I think you've started moving things forward. When you look at your 50-year water plan, I mean, it really takes someone visionary moving forward to think about what are we going to do 50 years from now when it comes to water for the state.
Well, and if we don't have water, if we don't have those options, our opportunities shrink substantially. And I've been really pleased the number of people that have stepped up on issues of the Ogallala. Recently, we just announced an agreement on the Republican River Basin so that the litigation we've been in with Nebraska and Colorado on it, the water is more usable to us, and then we're starting dredging. We're doing dredging right now on John Redmond so downstream communities have water. You gotta have water to have a future.
Tracy Streeter and his department has done a really good job in the water department. But you take a look at Jackie and what she's done for the state when it comes to agriculture and the way she's moving things forward. And the relationship we have with Kansas State University is very important. I know you're an alum, so I know it's very important to you too, but getting people out into the workforce here in the state of Kansas that are trained and ready to be working in agriculture is very important.
Very important, necessary, and we're short of agricultural workers. Agriculture for years has exported people. You know, we export them into the urban areas. We need to import people because we're short of people. And now you're getting more and more ag students at places like K-State's College of Agriculture who don't have an agriculture background, but they see a bright future in a food industry, in an industry that's globally competitive, that does so much, and we need more people. We need more people in the agriculture industry.
Well, not only that, you look at the National Agro-Bio-Defense Facility being built here in Manhattan. I mean, that's huge for the state of Kansas.
It is, and it is a one-of-its-kind facility. It's going to cost over $1 billion to build. You're going to be able to do research on these zoonotic diseases that go from animals to people that are highly contagious. There will not be another facility in the world, and what we want to do then is grow the animal health corridor around it, which is already centered here around the Kansas City region. We think we can grow a lot more of it.
Yeah, perfect. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to finish up with our governor, Sam Brownback. You're watching Kansas Ag Report. We'll see you in just a minute.
This segment brought to you by Farm Bureau, a grassroots ag organization representing the state's farmers and ranchers since 1919. KFB.org. Oldie Seed Farms, carrying soil-specific seed. Find them on the web at oldieseed.com. That's OHLDE seed.com. Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. grassandgrain.com. Kansas Wheat Commission, leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for wheat. Online at kswheat.com.
Thanks for staying with us. We're at the 2016 Ag Summit, brought to you by Kansas Governor Sam Brownback. We're joined by Governor Brownback, so thanks for staying with us.
Sure.
In your opening remarks to the group this morning, you brought up the American Royal. I think that's a really big deal for the state of Kansas.
It is because it's such a great old line livestock show, and we think we can build around it an agricultural genetics complex where you really just have the best animal genetics in the world here that for export, for use domestically. We just think there's a lot of opportunities with that. We've got to put the money together to build the facility for it because it needs new facilities. But I think it represents a great opportunity for us to grow and also to breathe new life into the Agricultural Hall of Fame, which sits there as well.
Well, not only that, but you look at the Angus Association is not far from there. You've got Kansas State and the research there being done. You know, Dean Flores we had on the show, and we were talking about that. So
Dairy Farmers of America.
Dairy Farmers of America, exactly. And that's another thing, and I want to touch on this real quickly. Dairy's a really big deal to you.
It is.
You've made it. I mean, you've said several times we want to be the leader in the nation when it comes to dairy.
And we can. And you're building now, seen built now in this state, the largest single build dairy processing plant in the country. $250 million facility, DFA and others are putting it together. And I think that can be a linchpin, just like when the beef processors moved out to the high plains, the IBPs and Cargills and others. That really made that complex work because you could pay more now for the product you're getting in processing locally. We think we can do the same with dairy.
And again, my hat's off to you guys. You and Jackie went out and dealt with Cargill and basically kept them in the state of Kansas.
That would have been a big loss for us to lose their protein, their meats division out of the state. And they were looking seriously about, either going back to the headquarters in Minnesota or Denver or Dallas, but them staying here. And then now we want them to grow. We want to see that protein division grow, and what else can we do with it?
Well, not only that, but agriculture is the largest sector when it comes to the economic impact here in the state of Kansas. Recently, you were added to the Trump campaign as far as being on his ag committee and providing input to him. What do you hope to get out of that?
Well, I hope to put into it. He's not an agriculture guy, obviously. Now, Mike Pence is his vice presidential running mate from an agricultural state, Indiana. Knows a lot more about it, but I hope to really put into it and tell them really things like crop insurance, which has this large federal subsidy, is really critical to financing agriculture. Agriculture doesn't get what it used to get in subsidization from the government, and that's fine. But it needs the it needs the crop insurance to be able to finance those crops.
And not only that, but you look at the new GMO bill that was signed not long ago by the president. Some good and some bad on it. I mean, we make it that each state's not going to be able to have their own laws, but at some point in time you knew this was kind of probably come down the line.
You do, and there's so much technology involved in agriculture now. So it's like that always kind of pushes up, like drones, and they're looking at fields. Well, okay, that can be a useful technology. What about the privacy and regulatory pieces of it? And so you always have those going back and forth. And unfortunately, I think moving forward, you're just going to see greater complexity of those issues as they move forward and this industry moves forward.
Governor, it's always good to see you.
My pleasure.
Thank you for your time.
If
you would like to advertise your business on Kansas Ag Report, give us a call, 785-580-3287.
The producer-funded Kansas Wheat Innovation Center was built to get improved varieties into the hands of farmers faster. Kansas Wheat, farmers advancing their future through wheat genetics research.
Premier Farm and Home has what you need to make your lawn the best in the neighborhood.
Hi, I'm Ken. We choose Premier Farm and Home for the professional look that we do ourselves.
Feel free to stop in. You can also visit our website at heycow.com.
Kansas has a strong agricultural tradition, and it continues to be a key economic driver in the present as well, as the agricultural industry provides a total economic contribution of approximately 43% of the Kansas economy. I'm Kellen Leach, the economist at the Kansas Department of Agriculture. This fall, we have updated the KDA website to provide current statistics to show how the agriculture, food, and food processing sectors contribute to the employment and economic impact across the state. We have provided an interactive map of the state, which can be used to find the agricultural economic facts for each of the 105 counties in Kansas. The statistics include farm numbers, leading agricultural sectors, and value-added data for each county. KDA utilizes facts from the 2012 census surveys conducted by the USDA National Agricultural Statistics Service, or NASS. The economic impact data is sourced from the most recent in-plan data available. The 66 sectors combine to provide a total economic contribution of approximately $64.6 billion, which makes up roughly 42.8% of the total Kansas economy. These sectors also support 12.46% of the entire workforce in the state. You can find this new data on our website at agriculture.ks.gov/ksag. KDA is committed to providing an environment that enhances and encourages economic growth of the agriculture industry and, in turn, of the Kansas economy.
The international market for wheat is complex and constantly evolving. But did you know that the 2-cent assessment on each bushel of wheat produced in Kansas goes toward representing those bushels in jam-packed markets? The Kansas Wheat Commission is a grower-funded, grower-governed advocacy organization working to secure the future of Kansas wheat in the global market through international trade, research, export system studies, and continually improved varieties of wheat. The Kansas Wheat Commission partners with U.S. Wheat Associates, who promotes the reliability, quality, and value of U.S. wheat to buyers, millers, bakers, food processors, and government officials in more than 100 countries around the world. One of hard red winter wheat's most successful stories is Nigeria. Instant noodles may not be the American meal of choice, but in Nigeria, they are an increasingly popular source of nutrition for more than 170 million people. Combined with bread, cookies, crackers, and pasta, per capita consumption of wheat foods in Nigeria has more than tripled since 1995. However, U.S. exports are seeing increasing competition from other world exporters like Canada, Australia, Russia, and the Black Sea region. That is why Kansas Wheat, together with U.S. Wheat Associates, continually works to strengthen the relationship between Kansas wheat farmers and Nigerian flour millers through regional offices scattered strategically across the globe.
This segment brought to you by Farm Bureau, a grassroots ag organization representing the state's farmers and ranchers since 1919. KFB.org. Oldie Seed Farms, carrying soil-specific seed. Find them on the web at oldieseed.com. That's OHLDE seed.com. Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. grassandgrain.com. Kansas Wheat Commission, leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for wheat. Online at kswheat.com.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
I will take action against herbicide-resistant weeds. I will know my weeds, and I will stop them before they go to seed. I will do whatever it takes to give my crops the upper hand. And I will use multiple herbicide sites of action because every action counts. I will take action, this time for all time.
You need a partner that you can count on to be there for your business. Providing a depth of understanding to risk management issues so you don't have to. A knowledgeable support team located in your area, delivering products and services to make you more successful.
The producer-funded Kansas Wheat Innovation Center was built to get improved varieties into the hands of farmers faster. Kansas Wheat, farmers advancing their future through wheat genetics research.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Biodiesel made from sustainable resources is diversifying our fuel supply. This year, biodiesel will displace over 1 billion gallons of fossil fuel nationwide. It's making our economy stronger and our communities healthier. It's working here and across America. Get biodiesel going in your community. Visit americasadvancedbiofuel.com.
Premier Farm and Home has what you need to make your lawn the best in the neighborhood.
Hi, I'm Ken. We choose Premier Farm and Home for the professional look that we do ourselves.
Feel free to stop in. You can also visit our website at heycow.com.
A 1,357-pound crossbred led by Cooper Henson of Holcomb captured Grand Champion steer honors at the Kansas Junior Livestock Show in Hutchinson. Jacob Nickel from McPherson owned the Reserve Grand steer, a 1,304-pound crossbred. Madison Ratliff of Westphalia showed the Supreme Champion breeding heifer, a Limousine. Reserve Supreme went to a commercial heifer shown by Jacob Nickel of McPherson. A 290-pound Yorkshire shown by Chisholm Grund of Wallace was named Grand Champion Hog. Tate Anderson from Baldwin City exhibited the Reserve Grand Champion, a 256-pound dark crossbred. The Supreme Breeding Gilt, a light all other breeds, was exhibited by James DeRushi of St. Mary's. Reserve Supreme honors went to a commercial gilt owned by Rianne Allison of Fort Scott. Jillian Keller of Pickway owned the Grand Champion Lamb, a 148-pound blackface. The Reserve Grand, a 140-pound blackface lamb, was shown by Shiloh Shockey from Westmoreland. Supreme Registered Breeding ewe honors went to a Dorset shown by Sadie Baird of Clearwater. Reserve Supreme was a Hampshire led by Holly Swearingen of Lawrence. Kristen Floyd from Kingman exhibited the Grand Champion meat goat weighing 88 pounds. The 89-pound Reserve Champion was led by Aaron Falkenstein of Oswego. The Kansas Livestock Association K-State and the Agribusiness Council of Wichita are major sponsors of the Kansas Junior Livestock Show.
Good morning. I'm Cody Wintersheet with Paragon Ag Advisors. For those of you in the cattle business, I'm sure you're fully aware of the extreme volatility and lower price action the market has been under over the last several months. Unfortunately, we're at some price levels we haven't experienced in 5 to 6 years, but we are approaching some levels that should be long-term support. There continues to be more cattle on feed and placed in the feed yards than a year ago, and it does certainly look like the feed yards are staying current on their marketings. It also appears that the cattle herd expansion is starting to moderate. Boxed beef continues to be moved quite well, and beef exports are pretty respectable as well. From a seasonal perspective, weekly slaughter levels tend to peak around this time of year, and the beef production outlook for the fourth quarter looks to be smaller than the third quarter. Switching gears to the fall harvest, we continue to hear highly variable yield reports coming from the cornfields. Overall, seems to be a good to really good corn crop, but maybe not that record-busting type. Soybeans, on the other hand, does appear to have that potential. Some of the really early soybean yields that we've heard have been quite impressive. One thing of note that has really changed in the soybean market is the fact that it went from an inverted market just a few weeks ago to building carry into the deferred contracts now. When a market begins building carry premium, it's typically not a really bullish scenario. If you have any questions about the markets, please feel free to give us a call at 888-452-8751. Thank you and have a great day.
Closed captioning brought to you by
The Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. KansasSoybeans.org.
Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution, Ag Risk Solutions. Kansas Wheat Commission. Leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for wheat. Online at kswheat.com. Kansas Livestock Association. Supporting our members' business interests to meet consumers' demands. KLA.org.
Well, that's our show for today. I hope you'll join us each week for more news and information about agriculture in the state of Kansas. I'm Brian Holman, and thanks for watching.
Biodiesel made from sustainable resources is diversifying our fuel supply. This year, biodiesel will displace over 1 billion gallons of fossil fuel nationwide. It's making our economy stronger and our communities healthier. It's working here and across America. Get biodiesel going in your community. Visit americasadvancedbiofuel.com.
You need a partner that you can count on to be there for your business. Providing a depth of understanding to risk management issues so you don't have to. A knowledgeable support team located in your area, delivering products and services to make you more successful.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.